bridge. Let me tell you a little bit about bridges today. That bridge right there, paying homage to the 37 vascular trunnion active bridges we have here in the city of Chicago. With 37 active bridges here in the city of Chicago, we have the second most in the world. And every single one of our bridges, most of them you can see today, do lift up and down like a seesaw. But why do they do that? In and out of season, the sailboats coming in and out from the lake. All of these bridges on Wednesdays and Saturdays during the fall, during the spring, will lift up and down. And as a Chicagoan, it's a terrible time to be downtown. Because imagine trying to cross the bridge and it goes up as you're lifting it. I'm joking, that'll never happen. But here on the right side of the boat, you're gonna look at a building that is my favorite as a tour guide. Because as I say its name, I know exactly what to talk about. Its name, the Builders Building. Why? Built by many different builders. You can see, look at the base, started in the 1930s. And you can see where the 1930s stopped. In the middle, the 1950s. And that's because the Great Depression unfortunately hit. So Skidmore, Owings & Merrill, the same exact firm that designed the Sears, designed the Burge, designed the Trump Tower, came in and redesigned that whole building in different styles of architecture. 4 different styles of architecture. But here on the right side of the boat, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful corgi. But also here on the right side of the boat, you're gonna see one of the 8 different sections of our Riverwalk. 8 different sections, 8 different themes. The theme here on the right, the theater section. And if more than 10 people wave at us, that means we're gonna get back to the dock safely, regardless of the man in front of me that said the name Titanic. And I don't think anybody's waving at you guys. Wow, that's actually an all-time worse. You guys aren't making it back to the dock safely. And you're gonna get terrible jokes on the way there. All right, side of the boat, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with 77 West Wacker Drive. At its base, a Greek base. It's a Greek style of architecture. Glass, concrete, shooting upwards, look all the way up there at that Greek peak up there. Finished in 1989, the postmodern style of architecture. And its name, once again, very beautiful. I've already said it, 77 West Wacker Drive. But how about the building on its left? 55 West Wacker Drive. 55 West Wacker Drive, designed in the 1980s, designed to look exactly like your favorite actor. Danny DeVito. Why? No, not because it's short, because it's brutal looking. But that's because it's the brutalism style of architecture, ladies and gentlemen. See, brutalism comes from the French word for raw concrete. Brutalism, raw concrete. You notice the raw concrete over there. How about the raw concrete here on the left side of the boat? Back in Marina City. And raw concrete, let's talk a little bit about it. Raw concrete. And brutalism, the same exact style of architecture that a lot of your American government or education buildings, all designed in the 1970s, are exactly in. So if you watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off when it came out, you were probably spending your time more in those buildings. But ladies and gentlemen, do me a big favor. If you have that phone, get it out. If you have eyes, get it out. And look to the right side of the boat. Coming into view, get your pointer finger out. Point in this direction. Because there's going to be 2 buildings, but let me talk about the first. Shining in the sun, my favorite building. It's going to be yours too. Shining in the sun, ladies and gentlemen. That is real gold up there with the Pendry Hotel. Pendry Hotel finished in 1929 by who? The Burnham Brothers. The Burnham Brothers right there built that lovely building during Prohibition. What's Prohibition? No alcohol, right? You want to see how Chicagoans felt about not being able to drink? Champagne bottle in the sky. That's how they felt. But here on the right side of the boat, on the other side of this bridge, you're going to look above where it says Big Bus Chicago. Then you're going to look away because that's our competition. You're going to look all the way to the tippy top of Mather Tower right here on the right side of the boat. Mather Tower right here, the skinniest skyscraper you see here in the city of Chicago. At its least, it's about 6 feet wide. But it also was the tallest building in the world for 2 weeks. That's Mather Tower. But also here on the right side of the way, you can see that crown up there. And that crown is refurbished by what, a crane? No, a helicopter. We got a helicopter go all the way up there and refurbish the peak of Mather Tower. But stop looking over there. Let's look to the left side of the boat. Left side of the boat, you're going to see the Wrigley Building. Don't worry, not talking about it. Then you're going to see the Tribune Tower with an American flag at its peak. Don't worry, not talking about it. You're going to look between, because coming into view between those 2 buildings, here on the left side of the boat, something you can smell before you see, a stinky, stinky